Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about an unbelievable DLC idea and concept for Grand Theft Auto Online titled the Slightly Corrupt Cops Update. Now, you guys know I love concepts here on the channel, and I always try to feature the best ones, and I was actually browsing Reddit the other day. They linked to a post by DJ Stiffmeister on the GTA Forums website. I'll leave a link to it in the description. My good friend Austin, the Saints fan, he covered this as well, and I thought it was such a great idea for GTA Online that I wanted to kind of bring it to light for you guys. Who knows, maybe Rockstar will see this video and say, hey, that's a great idea, we need to do it too. So anyways, let's get into it and let's get it started. Okay, so this DLC concept is titled the Slightly Corrupt Cops Update. Again, a very catchy name. And the description is, crime can't exist without the law, and who better to enforce it than middle-aged and slightly below-average corrupt police officers. The LSPD is now hiring scrubs like you to put dirty criminal scum behind bars in the most controversial way possible. Enlist now and get all the perks of being a cop in Los Santos, like stealing vehicles from the not-so-innocent daily commuters without any punishment. Okay, so once again, this DLC isn't even real, but that description has already got me hyped and very excited. So essentially the theme is you becoming a cop. I know this is something that many people have wanted for a while now, the idea of being able to play the good guy in Grand Theft Auto Online. So much of GTA Online is centered around being the bad guy, doing heists, working with these criminals like Gerald and Trevor, but there isn't really any way to be the good guy, and I know a lot of people desire to be a cop, whether it's role-playing or to, like I said, do a lot of the cool things that we're going to be talking about in this video today. So the first new feature of this update would be being a cop in free mode. And the way it works is very similarly to the VIP work system that we have in the game right now. So I'll read you guys a quick description. He says, you have two modes in free mode, off duty and on duty. When you are off duty, free mode becomes very similar to standard free mode, but you can still arrest people and call for backup. To become on duty, go to the interaction menu and select the police option. That's why I say it's really similar to VIP work. You can then select on duty, and once you do, you are prompted to drive to your police garage, get a police vehicle, and then the on duty alerts will give you messages on the screen when a player becomes wanted in free mode that has over 2 stars. Now, once that happens, you can then choose to hunt that player down and arrest them or neutralize to gain a bonus. So that's pretty awesome. I'm not going to read through the rest, but it's still pretty cool. Basically, the theme is you get to select anyone with a wanted level over 2 stars, and you have the ability to choose to arrest them. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen this notification screen in single player, but believe it or not, you can get busted in game. So instead of just getting wasted by the cops, if you have 1 or 2 stars, they'll literally come up to your car if you're standing still, and they'll bust you. They'll put handcuffs on you and arrest you. So I think that would be amazing to see in GTA Online. Like, imagine you get a guy with 2 stars, he's just flying down the street in his T20, and then you get a notification on your screen, and you get to go chase him in your police supercar. I mean, that just sounds amazing if you really do love being a cop. Now, another thing this update would bring would be government funding, which is a new currency to Grand Theft Auto Online in the form of government bonds. Now, police officers can still have regular in-game currency, but they can also still have government funds. Now, these funds can be used to buy police weapons, vehicles, special upgrades, as well as gear, and it can also be used and earned from police missions, raid, free mode, PvP jobs, and arrests. So that's pretty interesting. It would bring about a different currency in online other than just standard dollars. I think this could be really interesting, especially if you wanted to just focus a lot of your time on being a police officer rather than being a normal civilian. You'd really get an advantage of being able to get government funding up as much as possible, and I think that would be a really great way to kind of stimulate another economy in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, this update also provides a ranking system in Grand Theft Auto Online, so while playing as a cop in GTA, you can rise through the ranks of a police system, gaining RP similar to a regular character. So again, we're kind of like going through a fork in the road where government funding kind of splits us off between dollars. RP is going to separate us from these new police ranks. So the lowest rank is Officer 1. You can obviously go from officer to detective, sergeant, lieutenant, captain, commander, deputy chief of police, and then chief of police. So that's pretty awesome, a ranking system like that. And what would be really cool is if it displayed your badge next to your name in online. So you could automatically figure out who that person was, if they were a low ranking officer or if they were all the way up to like, let's say like a chief of police. That would be really cool. This update also schedules to bring out new police missions as well as new free mode events. But honestly, the big thing that I'm most excited about reading this update are new things called raids. So he states, coming with this update is 5 new raids, which will be replacing heist if you choose to play as a cop. So obviously, heist wouldn't make sense if you were a good guy. So that's why they would be raids. So I think that's really cool. They're like the good guy equivalent of heist. So there's 5 raids. There's the Fleesa job bust. There's also the drug trafficking bust, the convoy breakout bust, the Blaine County drug OP bust, and finally, last but not least, the downtown terrorist plot. So that one is by far my favorite. The description is the FIB called and they want you. They just picked up wind about a serious terrorist plot involving the highest tower in Los Santos, the Maze Bank Tower. Work alongside Agent Haynes in order to stop the terrorists from achieving their goal in the most patriotic way possible. So this one's really cool for a few reasons. One, it's like I said, it's like the exact opposite of heist, which is pretty awesome. But you also get to work with one of my favorite characters from single player, Agent Steve Haynes. And I thought that heist was an amazing opportunity to incorporate single player characters. And it looks like raids would be an amazing way to do it as well. And DJ Stiffmeister obviously believes that incorporating Mr. Haynes would be a great addition to the game. And I think so as well. I'll also leave the full article in the description if you want to check this whole thing out for yourself, just in case my description of it isn't clear, or you want to read, every inch in detail of this article, which I definitely recommend. So I'll leave that link in the description. Now let's move on to vehicles. That's something you guys are all probably interested in, wondering what this concept has to offer in terms of cars and upgrades. So there's going to be new police garage and upgrading police vehicles. So becoming a police officer will grant you access to a police garage. Now you start off with a small garage, but you can work your way up to a bigger garage with government funds. Now this update is also going to bring about a new mod shop to Los Santos called Interceptor Tuners, which I think is amazing. I've always stated that more mod shops would be amazing. So Interceptor Tuners, 1 is a great name, but 2 also would be amazing because you can bring certified police vehicles here to buy custom upgrades in order to make your job as a police officer even easier. So you can bring civilian cars in there as well and convert them into police cars. And some of the customization options would obviously include sirens, bull bars, police liveries, and a whole lot more. So I'm not going to be able to name every car on this list, but these are some of the civilian vehicles that would be eligible for a police update. You've got the Obey 9F, the Progen T20, you've got the Pegassi Bati 801. That would be like a super speeder police bike, the Albany Cavalcade. You've even got the Vapid Sand King XL. So there's a lot of awesome cars in here that you could check out, including the Benefactor Panto that would be civilian certified and available to be converted into police cars. Now that's not all. This update would also give you the option to buy new vehicles as well as already existing police cars in the game. So you guys know that there are police vehicles in the game, whether you get like 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, that, will chase after you, but you can't buy them on any website. So it would be cool if this update would provide a dedicated police website where you could purchase like the police cruiser or like, the Vapid unmarked police cruiser, maybe like the Park Ranger SUV, the Bravado FIB Buffalo. So cars like that would be awesome. Again, I don't really have the time to list all the vehicles in this update. Definitely check it out for yourself, though. There's like a 20 or 25 new police vehicles that would be added with this update that would just be absolutely amazing. Additionally, this update would also bring a variety of new weapons and guns to Grand Theft Auto Online, which could be purchased by regular players and police officers. So the new weapons would be the Glock 18, the M16A3, the MP5K, the FGM 142 Javelin, which is essentially a heavy launcher, a scout rifle, which is the M40A5, and my 2 personal favorites, the stun gun and the hand taser. So we already know we have the stun gun from single player, but it's not available in online. But a hand taser would be amazing. Like, I'm guessing it would be a melee weapon, and you would just like punch normally, and you would just electrocute people like a regular taser would. So again, there's a lot of cool stuff with this update, but those 2 weapons are sticking with me as one of the coolest things in here that I think I would really enjoy. So those weapons are awesome, followed up by a police menu. So to aid your duties as a police officer, a new police menu would be added to the interaction menu. Here, as we mentioned earlier, you could choose to be on duty or off duty, as well as call for backup, news backup, and military backup. You could also use this for helicopter and boat backup, and all of these options will cost government funds. So they're not going to be free to just say, hey, I need news backup. It is going to cost you money. So I really love the idea of having to balance what you can use with the money you make and the power that you have. Now, there's also a few miscellaneous things that he mentions on here. I'm not sure if I totally love these features, but I'll list them off right now. So he states police officers will not be able to buy Pegasus vehicles, but can still buy regular cars, clothing, apartments, weapons, and a yacht. Regular players will not be able to take place in raids or police missions. Once the player reaches a rank of police chief, they can choose to change which station to operate at, including the sheriff stations. Police officers are not allowed to have an active personal vehicle on duty and can only have an active patrol vehicle while they're on duty. And police officers will not have access to criminal contacts like Simeon, Martin, or Lamar when they are on duty. Obviously, that wouldn't make sense if a police officer was associating themselves with criminals. So I agree with some of those, disagree with some others, but overall, this is an absolutely outstanding update that I think would be an absolute joy to have in Grand Theft Auto Online. Again, it's the Slightly Corrupt Cops update. I'll leave a link to everything in the description so you can check it out for yourself. I just think this would be absolutely incredible, and I think playing the good guy for once in GTA Online would be super cool. So let me know what you think about this update in the comments section down below. Is this something you would want in Grand Theft Auto Online? If you did go on to enjoy the video, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily Grand Theft Auto 5 videos like this. Without the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.